Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media. And here, look, we've got all of these trademarks that have been filed for all these different names. Really suggests that a big wave of new talent is coming to WWE. Before you get too excited though, this could very much be for that Evolve show. That Evolve show is going to be talent that's not quite ready for NXT, but they want to showcase them all the same. And so that's what this Evolve show, which is starting in March, is going to really focus on. And I'm really looking forward to that show. And I really wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these names don't feature there. There's a new group that was shown in NXT as well. I wonder if any of these are going to be for them. So that's going to be interesting. Plus, also, you just don't know what Hikaleo's name is going to be, or Lance Anawai's name. Like, could any of these be for them as well? I'm not sure. But just be aware, a lot of trademarks have been filed for new names, right? As well as that, look at this. This was undeniably the big news today. So 3 stars have been released from AEW. Malakai Black, Miro, and Ricky Starks. I said during our watch-along, I feel a bit sorry for Rey Fénix. I do think, though, that this is just the end of his contract. I don't know about these guys, but I heard that his contract was meant to expire around now. So I think his contract has naturally come to an end. Could be the same for these two as well. We know that Rey Fénix is desperate to leave so that he can come to WWE. Unfortunately, it seems like he's just having to sit and wait and watch as others get to leave instead of him. But WWE, I'm sure, will be interested here. I don't know about all 3. Miro is the one I'm not so sure about. Just because I think when he was last with us, his gimmick had gone a bit stale. We were doing like Rusev Day stuff and he was a bit of a face. And I just sort of feel like we definitely need something new if he's going to come back. And maybe they've got an idea as to what that could be. But I think he would take a little bit of work. The thing with Aleister Black is I don't think we ever really got going with him on the main roster. He was excellent in NXT. He brings that sort of darker side to things as well, which I think we're probably lacking a little bit of. Obviously, when the Wyatt Six really get up and running, and when Alexa gets up and running, that's going to massively help. But at the moment, a darker character like this, I think there's a need for that. And Ricky Starks is just a great prospect. Bring him in, put him in NXT. He's a great friend of Cody's. I could see that really working out. So, yeah, I don't know if WWE will go for all 3, but some good options there. Right, here we have got George Kittle, right? Now, I don't know about football, but I know he's a football player. He jumped into the ring to celebrate with Penta. He's a really good friend of Penta's. And he did announce as well that he is going to be at WrestleMania. So there's probably a really good chance that we see him at Mania getting involved, maybe even helping Penta, or maybe Penta wins at Mania, because I'm sure Penta will be there, and maybe George Kittle jumps into the ring to help Penta or something like that. But yeah, these two have got a very close relationship. Penta competing on Main Event. During Raw, we just got a video package, which I think's the exact thing they should do. I actually said last week, I don't know if match is the right thing for Penta. Let's not use him every week. Like, let's, mix it up a little bit. So I was actually pleased to see that Penta wasn't on Raw this week. I think we've had quite a lot of Penta. So, give us a week off. And then obviously we know that it's going to be him against Pete Dunne. So, yeah, that was interesting. And talking of Pete Dunne's new merch, Nobodies. I mean, I think it's Butch. I think it's probably Butch. But it's one of those again, right, where it's just a fun little shirt. But I wouldn't wear that out, If you wear that in a pub late at night in the UK, I feel like you're asking for a kicking. I feel like people are going to be like, oh, really? That's what you think? Right? And I could see it being a case where you might end up in some situations you don't want to get yourself into. So not a shirt that I would be looking to wear, But just a bit of fun, isn't it, for Pete Dunne? And here, look, we've heard from Elektra Lopez. She said, heard any good news lately? No? Well, make it quick. I've got a packed schedule for the next 90 days. So there we go. Elektra Lopez obviously sadly let go from WWE. And we hadn't heard from her since that had happened. But she dropped this about an hour ago. Right, so just little bits of WWE news there. Not loads, but we did get quite a bit out of Raw, including this moment, which I completely missed, right? So here we've got this moment where Gunther takes his jacket off. Look, when he throws it, bang, right? He throws it and it hits a kid in the face. And you can actually see it, right? So he takes it off here. I'll see if I can pause it. Bang. Can you see the kid's face there? And the jacket is right in his face. There's the kids, right? And there's his face. There's the jacket, right? You'll see in a second, the kid grabs his face, brings his arms up to his face, and now watch as the kid just goes down. Boom. I mean, I think he was okay. But he properly took Gunther's jacket to the face. It's really not funny, but it is also the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. Here we go. Bang! Oh, look, there's the arms are up. It's like that. Right? And I do. And this clip is so entertaining because the way the kid drops as well. Like, bang! Down he goes. I could do like a video essay about this moment. Poof, poof, poof. Oh my God. I don't want to go. I don't want to stop watching. Look, that moment there. There's the kid. That is the jacket right in his face. He proper hurled it as well. Like a baseball pitcher. Right in the kid's face. This will be on Botchamania. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. That kind of thing. And you know what? He didn't give a flip. He didn't give a flip. Right here, look, Jey did, though. Jey did. He stood up for that kid. And literally, as a result of that kid, he's like, Gunther, I'm coming for you. So there we go. Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso makes his decision. Iyo confronted Rhea backstage, saying that she was going to be coming for her after the fact that Iyo cost her last week. Didn't matter. Rhea later, of course, would announce that she will face Iyo in a match for the title. I think they said the Raw after Elimination Chamber. So it's going to be Iyo against Rhea for the title, Raw after Elimination Chamber. Look at that. This first match was a little bit off in places. Iyo got a nasty knock to her nose. But look at this. I don't know if you can see there. That gap there in between my fingers, that is the wound. You can sort of see how wide it is. That's where the blood was coming from. All this is just blood, right? Get rid of the blood. But that there, that is the wound. And she would still have it later in the show. Like, no one, like, stitched it up for her or anything. So I was shocked. I mean, it really looked like it needed closing together to me. But I don't know. They were like, nah, let's not bother, lol. So, yeah, that was during the first match. Brutal. Iyo, as we said, proper bashed her nose up as well. So, Iyo would get the dub for Damage Control. Liv and Raquel would end up falling short. During the commercial break, the New Day got booed so hard they weren't able to get a word out. Of course, we would see them later in the show. Roxanne was in the crowds. And then it was announced that next Monday, it's going to be Roxanne versus Raquel. Now, we know that Roxanne's going to be competing at Vengeance Day this weekend. Chances are she doesn't win. And then I wonder if that means next week, that's it. She's done with NXT. She's now up on the main roster. And then we had our second match. This also had a few clunky moments in it. But again, just like the first match, it was fun. Bayley advances to Elimination Chamber with a win against Lyra Valkyria. That is a very good win for Bayley, considering Lyra is the current Women's Intercontinental. So that means that our lineup is Alexa, Liv, Bianca, Bayley. 2 spots left to fill. 2 spots left to fill. Good match, that was. And obviously a disappointed Lyra was backstage. And she was confronted by Ivy Nile, who said that she's coming for that title. I don't know if we ever got it announced when that's going to happen, but that match is going to happen. I was really surprised at how small Lyra was. I didn't realise she was the same size as Ivy, because Ivy is someone that's always regarded as being on the smaller sides, but actually they're about the same size here. And I did enjoy Julius in the background. He had like the flag, and then at a certain point he went like that, and the way he kind of pulled it taut and the noise it made was kind of a fun little moment like this. So I do enjoy American Made. I think they're really fun, and that should be a really banging match. Crowd were chanting AJ Styles. Look at the smile on his face. I think he really loved being back out there. And it's great to see him smiling. Great to see him as a face. So on board, you know. AJ, the people love him. Presenting him as a heel, just, I don't know, never felt quite right to me. He can do it, but I think he's better as a face. And if you're going to have a face, is there a better heel than Dominik Mysterio to come out? Crowd booing Dominik out the building. And so we had AJ saying to Dominik, "You'll always be Rey Mysterio's punk ass kids." So those guys on a collision course. Then we had the official match graphic for Jey Uso versus Gunther at WrestleMania 41. I reckon we should make that kid special guest referee, personally. But these are the official graphics, so they're going to make them look like cards, which is kind of fun. It'd be really cool if these move, though. You know, if like Jey and Gunther within the cards are still moving or whatever, you know. That could be kind of cool. But that's what the match graphics are going to look like. First time we've seen those. Then we had Seth coming out, and I really enjoyed this promo exchange. All eyes are on you, but all that people are seeing is Seth Rollins' downfall, said Finn Balor. So Finn Balor feeling very confident about their match next week. Very confident. And so this is going to be another Elimination Chamber qualifier. I mean, everyone's expecting Seth to qualify, of course. I would love it if it was Balor. I would love for us to invest in Balor. Seth, I don't expect to win the chamber anyway. So it'd be great to get Balor in there, but they're going to want Seth on that show, aren't they? So yeah. And then look at this during commercial break. So we actually had A-Town down. Look at what he's wearing here. You can see in the corner back in 2 minutes 12 counting down. So this was during commercial break. And they were just laying into lots of different people on Raw, including Sheamus. They ended this segment by saying failure after failure after failure after failure after failure. So they were sending a message to Sheamus. I wonder where that's going to go. But yeah, amazing. I like these two. They can be really fun if given a bit of time. Shame they couldn't give them any time on the actual broadcast, but it is what it is. Right, official next week, AJ Styles against Dirty Dom. That match was made. Here we go over to Raw. As well as that, we had Bron Breakker arrive and confront AJ. Loving this. Now, we have seen Penta confronting Bron, so I'm not sure what WrestleMania is going to look like. I don't know if it's Bron Penta or if it's going to be AJ Bron, or maybe it's AJ Penta and Bron in a triple threat. That could be pretty fun. So, yeah, I don't know kind of what WrestleMania is going to look like. No doubt Bron will be defending his title there, unless he faces AJ before, maybe Elimination Chamber. Bron AJ at the Chamber would be fun, but far from guaranteed. We had American Made in action. They were taking on the War Raiders, and basically they got disqualified. Julius used the belts, and so they got DQ'd. They were standing there holding the belts at the end, though, so I don't think their journey is over yet, shall we say. So we'll have to see what's next for them. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but the mark there just on the side of her face. you could see they had not kind of done anything with it, or seemingly not done anything with it. So I was really, really surprised at that. I was really surprised that that had not been like properly closed up, or at least it really didn't look like it had. So Dominik said Judgment Day should consider adding a new member. That was interesting. That was interesting. Adding a new member. I think we've got it in here somewhere, but the Fiend was one of the characters that was being played on 2K. Don't think it means anything, but I just thought it was interesting. And so, yeah, I wonder who they're thinking of bringing in. I wonder, because they said about JD being out, and he's going to be out a while. I mean, he's got broken ribs and a punctured lung, so he's going to be out for a while. So I wonder what new member they're going to bring in. This is where Iyo got told that she's going to get a title match on the Raw after Elimination Chamber. And there's that cut. I found a slightly better picture of it. I'm going to make it even bigger so you can see just how horrific it was. Look at that. Jesus, you could go diving into that thing. So there we go. That was Liv. All busted. CM Punk came out. And took a pop at John Cena. He says, you know, we've had 2 people qualify for the chamber. And he went, before you say anything, I know there's 3 already in, but 1 didn't feel like they needed to qualify. One of us just decided, hey, everyone, I'm in the Elimination Chamber. I kind of like that. I like the fact that, like, you know, at this stage in their careers, they could be like the veterans that kind of take pops at the younger kids. Like, these guys are, but not him. He's having to go at John Cena in 2025. So, yeah, let's go. Logan came out and, you know, was talking on the mic. Crowd weren't really letting him talk. CM Punk said, if you're lucky enough to get past Rey Mysterio, I'll see you in Toronto and I'll put your ass to sleep. So there we go. CM Punk letting Logan know what he's in store for. Apparently, during commercial break, CM Punk was live on Instagram. There we go. In the ring. Just live on Instagram. It's pretty fun, isn't it? Here, Logan Paul defeats Rey Mysterio to advance. Yeah, I mean, it was done pretty clean. They are making out about this metal that's in his hand. They're really looking to make that a thing, aren't they? Metal in his hand or something, and, you know, he just walloped Rey, knocked Rey out. They were doing that before, though. Do you remember when he was knocking out Seth Rollins a few years ago, just before their match at WrestleMania? And, like, Seth was knocked out. They were talking about metal being in his hand at that point, but then we seemed to move away from that and not focus on that. But now we're back to focusing on that again. I think they're trying to find a way of having Logan win, and it's seeming like there's a reason for it. It's not just because he's better. It's, you know, he's got metal in his hand. So this, you know, knockout blow, he should be made, if that's true, to wear boxing gloves. That's how I feel. That's how if that is true and there's all metal in his hands, then he should wear boxing gloves during the wrestling matches. Yeah. This ending to Raw. Yeah. So this is how, is that it? Right, I mean, you didn't get to see much of them, but Rey was down after losing to Logan, and then the New Day jumped in. What I'll say is, on Netflix, we got to see a second more than this. You could clearly see it was the New Day, but it seems like you lot didn't really get to see all that much. New Day jump in, start attacking Rey, and then that was it. Show over. Which is bonkers when you think there is no cut-off time to Raw. They can just end whenever they want. Like, if they want to go a few 5 seconds longer if needed, they can do it. But they're like, no. I do respect that from Triple H. The fact that he's like, we're going to end at past, and I am not going over. And I'm not, you know, if you run over time, then that's a problem. Just like if we were still on TV. Like, it's, I suppose in a way it's good to keep those standards, yeah? Oh, here we go. Look, there, in the background, there's The Fiend. I think that was Shayna and The Fiend and a few other people. But, yeah, Bill said The Fiend. Yeah. Bill, well spotted. And here, these are the official updated men's and women's Elimination Chamber matches so far. So we've got Alexa, we got Liv, we got Bianca, we got Bayley, we got Drew, we got Cena, we got CM Punk, we've got Logan Paul. So that was Raw. It was a bit average, I thought. Oh, I didn't think there was anything that crazy on this week's Raw, to be perfectly truthful. Yeah, CM Punk, I don't know if you heard this, but CM Punk said, I didn't know whose music that was. Here, look. Making his way down.
I didn't know whose music this was. Logan Paul's got I didn't know whose music this was.
I didn't even know whose music this was. So there we go. He didn't know whose music it was, which is a problem with WWE. Oh, this moment here. So Gunther saying to this girl, you know, tell me about yourself. Why are you here? And she was like, I want to be the best that I can be. I want to try and be, you know, the best and show everyone that if you work hard, you can be the best. And it was all a very flowery answer, right? Maybe you should start to find some grit in yourself, because nobody cares if you want to try to be the best here. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see Barbie. It was a savage put down, right? Savage. Fair play to this girl, though, because she was like, this Xena was like, oh my goodness, Gunther thinks I look like Barbie. Love. But it was quite a savage put down there. This show looks like it's going to be really fun, actually. Really fun. Ivy Nile said, and y'all thought I was going to do something. That bird girl lost all on her own. So a lot of people, myself included, thought that she might get involved to cost Lyra. But Ivy throwing a little bit of shade there, saying, you thought I was going to do something. I didn't even need to. She lost on her own. Here's Otis, look. Tuck it. So this is, it's very quiet, isn't it? Very quiet. So there's Tucker. He works in a school now. Skyview head coach. So there he is, like teaching. Tucker out of heavy machinery.
Being around amateur wrestling people is different than pro wrestling. It's like these are my people here.
While some call him coach or dad, others only see him as Tucker Knight from the professional wrestling tag team Heavy Machinery.
Tucker from Otis. So there we go. Calling it. A lot of wrestlers, olden days, used to get out of wrestling and go into like teaching in schools, like wrestling and stuff like that. Oh yeah, TJF 1983, thank you. So this is from Indi Hartwell's Instagram, and she was in IHOP, right? Call IHOP for all your to-go needs. Paid for by a fan, tip included, the way. Look at that. Someone actually paid her bill. They spotted Indi Hartwell and they paid the bill. That's crazy. And they didn't even go over to like get an autograph or something. They just paid it and left. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. I mean, that is, you know, really respecting the boundaries. I mean, you've done a lovely gesture there. You know you've done something nice, but, well, it's cool that she posted it as well, because then the person hopefully will see this and know that it, you know, was meant something and that it was appreciated, you know? Yeah, really cool. Oh, yeah, when Logan did this move, Michael Cole shouted out Shane Mercer, the Iron Demon, right? Not someone I know. But he competes in GCW, and apparently this must be a move like that he does. Michael Cole was aware. Michael Cole, as soon as this move hit, shouted out Shane Mercer, the Iron Demon, like during this spot. I would play it, but this will definitely get us a copyright strike because it's a little bit too long. I need clips to be just that little bit shorter. Plus, it's Logan, so we don't need to watch it. So there we go. And let's go community. Ken, shout out to you. Look at that. Very cool. Brilliant job, buds. painting up the mask. HQ Last Kicker, shout out to you, getting a follow from Metal Mama and Carrion Cross. Very, very good. Getting a like there. And World Hardcore Wrestling said, I grew up a huge Eagles fan and wrestling fan. I was fortunate enough to win a trip to WrestleMania 40 with my mother. My favourite show at my team's stadium. Wow. Only for my team to then win the Super Bowl afterwards. This has been absolutely incredible. That is incredible. So, World Hardcore Wrestling, shout out to you, my friends. You're eating goods. You're eating goods. And Anthony said, I just spotted these in Smith. So some new figures. Well, I think they're new. But look, they've gone down already. £10 for this Seth Rollins Elite figure. £10. $14.99 for Bianca Belair. So these are some good prices, really good prices. These are like, I think they're like £20 when they're new. So, I mean, that one's like half price for that Seth Rollins. It's not the best Seth, to be honest. But, you know, still Seth Rollins Evolution pack down there as well. It's nice. Some good stuff in the stores at the moment, actually. Some good stuff. So there we go. Appreciate that, Anthony. And let's just go to thanks and wrap this up. So J-Man Powerhouse, shout out to you. CM Chunk, thank you. Casper, Corbin, Liam Costa, HQ Last Kicker, Patrick, Bradley, Big Bam, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Wild Child Billy, Raymond, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Kelly the Wise Lady, Walter J, Babs the Barbarian, Real Wrestling Fan, and Emmanuel. Shout out to all of you. Really appreciate the support. Hope you enjoyed this video. Not tons of news today. The AEW news, certainly the biggest news. People getting very excited that those stars could find their way coming over to WWE. Of course, we've got NXT later on. So we'll be back on this channel for that. We'll have a Unseen for you later on as well. And this weekend is WWE Vengeance Day. So we'll be doing the watch along for that on Saturday. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Bye for now.